All right. What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. That's the first time I've got to say that. We did 22 Mondays, and it has been incredible. And we're on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern for AH Live. And I cannot wait to kick off September with our distinguished guest, the one and only Dave Koz. We had so much fun hanging, doing the interview, doing these songs together. I cannot wait to share it with you. And speaking of which, please do us a favor. Please click share, and let's just spread the good vibes, spread the music, and we're just going to keep it going like that. So I'm going to get started with a little bit of music. I'm going to do a track off of my new album, and this is a tune starting to become a favorite of mine. I think it may come out a little bit later as one of my singles, but you can enjoy it tonight. It's called Can't Stop. It features my good buddy Marcus Anderson, and I think it's just a groove that just can't stop, so hope y'all enjoy it. Come on, y'all. goodness, I like that song a little bit. I don't know if y'all noticed, but oh man, Can't Stop. That's off the new album, Escape. But ladies and gentlemen, we have so much music and so much conversation to get to. I don't want to delay anymore. I want to bring the men out real quick. But just a quick reminder, if you want to support the show, and by the way, we appreciate the supporters out there so much. We have people that have been with us from day one. If you want to help out the show, it's real easy. You got the links. You can just click those in the description. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. We put it all back into the show. And also now you can do stars. So huge thanks out there to the people that have been supporting us through stars. And I cannot thank you guys enough, keeping the music alive. So ladies and gentlemen, you know this man. I've had the pleasure of working with him for the last 7 years, starting off in 2013 when I did my first Dave Koz cruise. And now I think I've done, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 or something, and had so much fun on tour with him. He was nice enough to play on my second record. You know him, you love him. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dave Koz. What is up, Dave Koz? How are you today?
Adam, I'm doing great. I'm very honored to be on your show.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry that you don't want to see my hair today. It's not right. So forgive me for, see? There you go.
Hey, hat hair. It's all right.
It's going under the cap today. But I'm very happy to see you, and I've been a fan of your show for since you started doing it, and I'm really excited to be on. So thank you for having me.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. I know you're a busy guy. I appreciate you taking the time and
Pleasure.
And sitting down. And where to start? Well, one thing we can start with is it's become a bit of a tradition to just take a little walk down memory lane. Now, I'm very jealous. You grew up in SoCal, the center of the entertainment universe. And at that time, I mean, what a golden age for music. Just give us just a little bit of just what it was like, just being right in the center of everything, getting started with your music career.
Adam, you and I know each other very well. We spent a lot of time on the road and in the studio and on ships and everything. But I'm not sure if you know that my parents were born and raised in a place called Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
I did not know that.
Which is, it's not a small town. It's a pretty big town, but it's in the heartland of Canada. And when my dad hated the cold, and it was during the winter times, like 20 below zero, 30 below zero, 40 below zero. So my dad said, as soon as we get married, we're moving to Los Angeles. That was his dream, and he did. But I often think about, my brother and sister and I were born and raised in Canada. Would I have the career that I have? And I probably would. I'd have to say no. Because to your point, just being right there from the get-go in Los Angeles. I grew up in a place called Tarzana, which is the San Fernando Valley. And I think it gave me a true head start on my career, because I was already playing. But as soon as I picked up the saxophone, a couple years later, I was already starting to do gigs and meeting other musicians that were doing really exciting things. And a few of them were nice enough to kind of bring me along on their journey. And that's how I got better quick and started to have these opportunities. So, and then out of the blue, when I was 27, I got signed. My first record came out on Capitol, and it's not like I had these big, long dreams of being a recording artist. It just was kind of right place at the right time with the right instrument and the right music. And here it is 30 years later, Adam, and still here, still doing it.
You still got it. Still got it. Okay, I have a little nugget. I hope you don't mind me dropping this on the audience, but I want you to elaborate on the meeting, the famous meeting, at least to me, where it was decided, not David Koz, Dave Koz. This is important at the beginning of your career, right?
That's funny that you should bring that up, because I'm about ready to do a new project with Corey Wong. You know Corey. And the name of that project is Feed the Id, and I'll explain why. Because you have a good memory. So when I was getting signed to Capitol Records and I had my first meeting with the art department, up to that point, I had only referred to myself, and everybody referred to me as David. I'd never been called Dave, not once. Nobody. So we go into the first meeting, and Tommy Steele, who's the art director, and I was so nervous with my manager at the time, and Tommy presents the album cover, like my first album cover, flat to me, and I noticed that he used Dave Koz and not David Koz, and I've loved what I saw, but I was like, should I bring this up to him that my name is David? So I finally said, Tommy, nobody's ever called me Dave before. I'm David Koz. And he said, well, we had a meeting about that. We had a meeting, and we all decided internally that you should be Dave Koz and not David, because Dave Koz sounds good, and there's already a David Sanborn, and Tom Scott rolls off the tongue, and so Dave Koz. So we're just, what do you think, Dave Koz? And I was so green. What am I gonna say? No. So from that point on, I became Dave Koz, and now nobody calls me David. I mean, I would still refer to myself as David, and I would like you to call me David from this point on.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. You got it. Didn't you say off of that first single you toured for a whole year? It was just a different time back then, right?
It sure was. There was not as much music coming out back then.
Okay.
And now there's so much music, and that's a good thing because it democratizes the music business. So you don't need, I have a new record coming out that you were kind enough to play on. You played your you-know-what off on it.
Oh.
And it's called A New Day, and it's coming out on my own label. We don't need record labels anymore. You release your own music too. And this is something that's very democratic because our world is digital now. But back in the days before all of that, you released a record, it was a big deal, and you would go and you would tour to promote your record. And now you make a record to promote a tour. So our business has really done a 180. I also think that this is a really great time for new artists, and I've been very vocal about my inspiration for you, and also my disbelief on how hard you work and how you got it in your mind that you said, I'm a sideman and I want to be a star, and you took the necessary steps to make that happen for yourself. And you've done a brilliant job of it. And so I think this is a really exciting time for new artists, and it's also a really exciting time for what I might call heritage artists like myself, been around for a long time. We have to learn. We got a lot to learn because we're not digital natives. But I think it's also a very exciting time for us as well.
Well, you beat me to it because I definitely wanted to bring up the new album. What else can you tell us about? First of all, when can we hear it? When is it coming out?
Well, it's going to be out on October 9th, but for 6 Fridays leading up to October 9th, we're doing a single release every week. And so this gives a chance for the fans to really be a part of the whole process. And it's a promotion or a campaign called Colors of a New Day. So every Friday, I'll be wearing a different color, playing a different song. And at the end of the 6 weeks, we'll have somewhat of a rainbow of colors. And that's kind of the way I feel about this album. It was made, conceived and recorded completely in the pandemic, in quarantine. So it really was a different way of recording for me. Nobody was with anybody. Like, you played on a few tracks. You did it right there in your studio. I was not there to produce you. You produced yourself. You did a brilliant job. And that was the same with everybody who played on it, including David Sanborn. We did a great duet together. Bob James played on the album as well. Brian McKnight did the first single called Summertime in New York City. We have Paul Jackson Jr. and Jeff Lorber and Marc Antoine and Philippe Sace, and wonderful musicians as well, each in their own studio doing their work. And it was really an unusual experience to record this. And amazingly enough, Adam, when you listen to the music, it sounds like we were all in the same room. There was this kinship, this energy that exchanged that really showed up, thankfully. So I'm very proud of it and very excited about this project. And it really was made with the express purpose to provide some comfort, to provide some... It's almost like a musical hug, which is what we all have been beaten up so bad these last 6 months. Yeah. It's an unprecedented time. Our lives are completely different now than they were just yesterday. And so this is a chance for me to do what I feel is the biggest strength of music, is to provide comfort and to provide some good feelings for people when they need it most. So that's really what I hope this album provides for people. And it's also my 30th anniversary album. I hadn't made a record in about 10 years. It's my 20th album. So there's a lot of milestones too. So I'm very excited about it. A New Day, October 9th.
I want to get straight to the music, because this tune that we're about to play on, it has such a serene sound to it. I'm talking about Awakenings. It's from your third album. Please give us a little backstory on that, because it's so different from the average contemporary jazz song, and that album is also a different album as well. Just enlighten us, please.
That album came out in 1996. It's called Off the Beaten Path, and I just heard it came after two pretty successful projects of mine way back in the day. I came after a gold album, Lucky Man. I just had this sound in my head, and I went with musicians that kind of different, more of a organic type of sound. Mm-hmm. Lots of guitars, pedal steel, accordion, and on the track that you picked, this guy named Leo Kottke, who's one of the all-time greatest guitarists. It was basically just guitar and soprano sax, and a very plaintive sort of, it's called Awakenings because that's really what it felt like to me. It was just sort of like your mind expanding into territories that you didn't know existed. And but we never played that song live, ever. By the way, I should tell you that the album came out and it was, I think it sold like 14 copies. Mostly to my relatives. So that's when The Dance, which became my most successful album, came right after that. So I was like still feeling the pain of this very important project, released it to the world, and just like a thud. Oh. So that's what led me to The Dance. But this song was always special to me, Adam, and there was a show that we did on our cruise, and I asked you, this is a big ask. I said, I never played this song live. Would you learn it? Take a listen to it and see if you can learn it. And because if you can, it would be a really nice moment in our cruise show.
Yeah.
You not only learned it, you memorized it, which is a very complex thing. This is a hard thing to play. And you performed it 4 times over the course of 2 cruises. And it was probably one of my favorite moments from that cruise was sitting at the edge of the stage in front of all those people, and you could hear a pin drop. It was that emotional. People had very visceral responses to this. This is one of those songs that just makes people feel something. So I want to say thank you to you publicly for putting in the work, and for you chose this song for us to do on your show. So I think it's great, and I also like the fact that it's different from the music that other guests have done on your show. This is definitely something new.
Let's hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Awakenings. Man, Dave, just an incredible tune and always an honor to play it with you. Now, only the 5th time, but just as good as on the cruise.
This was actually done via virtual reality, or whatever you want to call it, which is not easy because that song has a lot of stops and starts. It's very languid and very rubato, to use a musical term. So it's not an easy choice to do virtually. But thank you for making it happen. That was great.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure. And speaking of making it happen, I'm going to fast forward to 2018. I was working on my 2nd album. And by the way, I just have to pinch myself. Even now, it's an honor to have you on this show. But I remember being in college listening to you on the Wave. I remember listening to Norman Brown, George Benson, Kirk Whalum. So when I sent you an email saying, hey, I'm doing an album. What do you think about playing on a tune? And I was sure you would be like, I'm too busy. And you said yes. It was just a thrill. And man, you played on this tune, Just Dance, which, by the way, did go #1. Thank you, Dave.
I'm very happy about that.
But I appreciate you lending your talents on this tune. It was so fun collaborating with you.
And then we got a chance to you were in the Summer Horns band.
Yeah.
And as part of those tours that you did, I can't remember, was it 2 or 3 tours that you did?
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
That part of that tour was an Adam Holly moment in our show, and I remember just that was kind of like sandwiched in that we had this big Summer Horns intro, maybe a half hour of Summer Horns music. I played one of my songs, and then it was all about you, and it was so fun seeing you transform this audience, whoever we were in front of, right? There's people I say, like, here's the future of the guitar. I think I said something crazy like that, but I meant every word of it. So I said, this is the next voice that you're going to, trust me, remember this name, Adam Holly. And then it was kind of nice applause, just sort of a warm applause, but not
golf clap.
Yeah. And then you do the song, and it's the two of us together, full on theatrics, one side of the stage to the other side of the stage. Yeah. And at the end of the song, I think you got the biggest roar from the crowd all night, because people were just like, wow, like, couldn't contain themselves. So that was so much fun to do. And I love these songs. I love the songs that you and I collaborated on of yours. And I love your repertoire too. And I look forward to writing some songs in the future with you too, because I know that's on the docket.
Let's do it. It's my pleasure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. It's Just Dance, and we're going to do it for you right now. I feel like we're back on the Summer Horns tour. Thanks again so much, Dave, for collaborating on that tune.
I love that song so much. It's just like one of those, actually all your music really is full of life. It's full of positive, great energy. And, I've said this before to anybody who would listen, that I really think that you are, who I hold up as the model new artist on the scene. Although I can't even call you a new artist anymore, because I think you've had more hits than I have.
Oh, not quite, but it's so, you're so kind always, and your support is just, it means a lot. I really do appreciate your support and friendship over the years, Dave, and I can't say thank you enough, man.
I'm excited because I'm turning into an old man. I'm 57. How old are you now? 30.
I am 35.
35.
Getting old. My dad told me after 30 it's all downhill. So I'm on the downhill slide right now.
Well, let me give you a different perspective. I don't mean to counterbalance your dad, because he is your dad, but in my experience, it only gets better. So I've got a little over 20 years on you, Adam, and trust me, just you wait. Just you wait. And I want to be there every step of the way cheering you on.
Oh,
I wish you all the best. And, I love your family and your son and your incredible wife, Kat. You guys are very, very special to me. And I just hope you continue to stay safe and sane in this long slog that we're in.
Yeah.
A little ways to go. But we're going to make it through. And I think what you're doing here and what so many other artists have done online during the pandemic has really comforted a lot of people and made this a little bit more palatable. And music, I've said this all along in my career, I think I'm overwhelmed and humbled by the healing power of music and its ability to make us feel something that words can't. So continue on the path, my friend, and thank you for what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, Dave. Appreciate you being a part. And real quick, before I let you go, please let the people know where they can find you online, social media, etc.
Yeah, well, davekoz.com, and that's K-O-Z, my last name, if you don't know. And on social media, Facebook and Twitter, at Dave Koz Music. And on Instagram, it's my full given name, which is David Stephen with a PH Koz. David Stephen. See, if you learn nothing else, you learn that my full name is David Stephen Koz. And when I was a kid, here's a little quick story about me. When I was a kid, I couldn't actually say the word Stephen. So I just said Stevid, because it was easier to say David Steven Koz. But that's not my Instagram handle. It's David Stephen Koz.
Okay, all right.
With a PH.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, for taking the time. Always great to hang with you. And I echo your sentiment. Let's all stay safe and keep it pushing. Appreciate you.
My pleasure, buddy. Great to hang with you. Great to play music with you always. Keep up the great work. Love you, buddy.
All right. Love you too.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. That was the one and only Dave Koz. And the new album is A New Day. It's coming up in October. Make sure you grab a copy of that new album. It's incredible. I had a chance to listen to it, and as Dave mentioned, he was nice enough to have me on a couple tracks. It's a really awesome album. Thanks so much, Dave, for coming on. We appreciate you, man. That was such a blast. Always fun making music with you. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for the Cat Cam. Let's bring her on. There she is. All right, what's up, Cat? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You look like you kind of decked out your area over there. I see a little we got a little mood lighting happening behind you now. I like it.
I had to do something. You were over there with all your gadgets. I was like, oh no, I need to trick out my little corner.
Well, I'm liking it. It's looking good. It's looking good.
Thank
How are you
you.
today?
Doing well.
All
thanks.
right, all right.
Trying to we're having a lot of fires here throughout the whole entire state of California.
It's so crazy. We can't even go outside. There's
can't go
literally
outside.
there's ash literally it's like snow falling out of the sky. I think yesterday I went out and our cars were just covered with it. And then today it was falling during the day, so it's so wild.
Yeah.
It's hard to breathe. Yeah.
And then they're saying that there could be like harmful chemicals in the ash that's falling.
Yeah.
So not only when you're outside wearing a mask, you know, to protect yourself and others from COVID, but then for the air quality.
It's pretty wild.
So it's pretty wild, and they advise us to wear sunglasses as well. We usually do a morning walk every day before school, but we haven't been doing that because it's not safe.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. So you know, we're just our thoughts and prayers with the firefighters out there and all of the you know, everyone that lives in those areas dealing with it. You know, it's pretty crazy out there. So it's real. You see, if you're not in SoCal or in Oregon or you know, the rest of California, you see it on the news, but it's real out here. It's
and
pretty wild.
One of my cousins, he's in Fresno right now, and he's a firefighter with Cal Fire. So he's one of the first responders as well, and he just tells us all these crazy stories. He's like, it's just crazy. He's lost probably like 15 pounds in 2 weeks. Yeah. Because all they're doing is running and pulling things and cutting down, you know, debris and all that kind of stuff.
So wild. Yeah. So wild. So our thoughts and prayers are with everyone dealing with that. But well, what did you think about Dave Koz? He's pretty good, huh?
Yeah. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Hi, Dave. Dave is always great, phenomenal, and just as, you know, a musician, he's the same in person. We always have a great time talking with him, and then of course, you know, sharing musical events with him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, it was a blast. It was so much fun making music with him. And real quick before we get to the comments, just remember you still have a chance to drop in questions for Ask Adam. I saw a few drop in already, but Kat's going to be monitoring those and asking them here in just a few minutes. But real quick, what are the people saying out there?
Well, of course, you know, everyone chimes in and lets us know where they're watching. Yeah. We had a few friends of ours watching. Marcel Anderson.
Oh, that's
Hi,
right.
Marcel.
What's up, Marcel? Fantastic vocalist and twin brother of Marcus Anderson, saxophonist extraordinaire. So what's up, Marcel?
Hi,
how you doing, man?
And then Kieli Manucci was watching.
Yes, and he's going to be on the show next week. Oh. So I think he's getting the lay of the land. And we are going to have a blast next week. Such an incredible guitar player. So thanks for hanging out, Kieli. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for hanging out. We have Susan Ralu watching from Temecula.
Okay. All right. Temecula.
Carolyn Bedford, she says, hello, Adam, from Queen City.
All right.
Cheryl Ox in Ohio.
Yeah.
We have, it could be 8 or 80, Lamidi from London.
All right.
Latrice Rice, she says, hello, Adam, from Detroit.
All right.
Joy Russell Nichols.
Motown.
She says, Peter Joy, her son, Joy's mom, they're all watching on their big screen in Austin. Oh. And they're wearing your Double Vision t-shirt.
See, that's perfect because the song that Dave and I just played was on my second album, Double Vision. So you guys are with the program. Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Oh, and I have one of my friends, Charlene Smithberg. She's watching from here in SoCal. She's in my book club. And our sons went to the same elementary school. Hi, Charlene. Thank you so much for watching. Erin Hall watching from the Atlanta area.
Okay.
She says Adam's music is awesome.
Oh, thank you. ATL in the house. I have so much love for ATL. I'm usually there twice a year, either at Sweet Food or at St. James. So I hope to get back to ATL soon. And we have a bunch of family there too.
Yeah.
So we got to get back down there.
And Creston Jordan. Hi,
All
Creston.
Right.
Okay, so Creston, we put a lot of pressure on you because you came up with Magical Mondays.
Right.
And you had to come up with something for Wednesday. And I saw in the chat that he said Wondrous Wednesday.
I like
but
it.
But he wasn't the only person. There were a few other people that said Wondrous Wednesdays.
Okay.
I think I like that.
I like it. Wondrous Wednesday. That's great.
Wondrous Wednesday.
The other one in the running I saw, and I want to say Mike Brown put it down. It was that rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Mike Brown put it down, but I saw it was. I don't want to mess it up. Holly's Hump Day Hang. That's a good one too. Wondrous Wednesday or Holly Hump Day hang. It's hard to say that 3 times fast.
Holly hump day hang.
Oh, you got it. Well, see, this is a professional over here. So, professional linguist. I just play the guitar. So.
Okay, and so I like that one for right now. But let's see if Creston, if you come up with more, or other people you're thinking about it, go ahead and put it in the comments every week.
Yeah.
Or message Adam.
Yeah.
And we will take a poll. But today is our Wondrous Wednesday.
Yeah, and by the way, in case you hadn't heard, we're now on Wednesdays every week, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And also, if you're tuning in on Dave Koz's page, first of all, thanks so much for hanging with us. Secondly, if you want to hang with us each Wednesday after the episode, don't forget, just go over to Adam Holly Artist page, like the page. That way you'll see all these pop up each week. And we have an incredible lineup coming up. We've got some awesome legends. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Wednesdays, wonderful Wednesdays. Holly Hump Day Hang.
Triple H.
There you go.
During your interview with Dave and when you guys were playing Awakening, Kelly Manucci, he says, Awakening is so gorgeous on so many levels. Thanks, guys, for playing this.
Oh, appreciate you, Kelly. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous tune. And, and playing it really took me back to when we did it on the cruise. As Dave said, it was just a special moment. So it was great to recreate that here on the show.
And so many people were loving that song. They were saying this is gorgeous, brings tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
And so many people were commenting how they wanted to cry because they would be on the cruise and they missed past cruises, and it just brought up deja vu memories.
Yeah.
And someone said they couldn't wait until Spain for next year.
Yeah.
For the cruise.
I think April 2021. Yeah.
Catherine Piles. She says, I love everything that you two do together.
Oh,
Dave, you're marvelous, and Adam, you're marvelous.
Oh, you're too kind. Appreciate it.
So, and then, of course, everyone, Eric Peterson is watching. Hi, Eric.
What's up, Eric?
Patty Blackwell. She says, stop by North Carolina on your way down to Atlanta.
All right, would love to. I think the last time I was out that way... Well, I did Marcus Anderson's festival, although that was up in Asheville. That's North Carolina, though. I was in Nashville. So that's the last time I was there that would have been August of 2018, I think. I don't know. It all blurs together. Mm-hmm. But, got to get back there for sure. We had a blast.
Yeah, it does all blur together. I was telling someone the other day, they were asking if you did any shows in SoCal, and I said it's just very limited because of radius clauses and stuff like that. And I said, we just did the Hollywood Bowl. And I'm like, well, wait, we didn't just do that. That was like a year ago. But it felt
It's actually exactly a year ago. That was August of 2019.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, but yeah, in SoCal, usually it's Spaghettini. Also, Oxnard Jazz Festival. Unfortunately, that got postponed, so we'll be there in 2021. Catalina got postponed. I'll be there in 2021. I've done Newport in the past, a bunch of them. So yeah, we're always playing in SoCal. Usually 3 or 4 times a year.
Mikey Adam Cohen. Hi, Mikey.
The Cohens, what's up?
From
Mikey, Jack. All right, appreciate you guys.
So cool.
Well, yeah, let's get to Ask Adam. What were the questions out there, Kat?
Ask Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ellen Nakata Harper, she says, what other musical genre, if any, would you like to play in your career?
Oh, gosh. Actually, I've been fortunate to play a lot of different genres. I started off doing a little bit more of straight ahead jazz, touring with the Manhattan Transfer and also with Natalie Cole. Then, I did a few pop gigs like Jennifer Lopez and Backstreet Boys. So I've been fortunate to do a lot of different styles. A lot of gospel over the years. R&B, Brian McKnight, Layla Hathaway, Ruben Studdard. So I guess the one thing I haven't done a ton of is country. And I have love for country. Man, some incredible guitar players. So I think that would be fun to do something. I've done a few sessions over the years, and I filled in on American Idol for 2 weeks and did quite a bit of country in there as well. But I think that's probably the one thing I've done the least of and wouldn't mind doing some more of because it's some just killing guitar.
Charlene Smithberg, she says, where can we purchase your merchandise?
Oh, wow. Man, you beat me to it. I was going to bring that up, but let's do it now. Bam! I'm ready for you. AdamHolly.com/shop. or you can just go to adamholly.com and you can find it there on one of the tabs. But you can get all 3 of my albums, and also in CD and also digitally, and you can also get the new album in vinyl, and I also have T-shirts up there, a lot of different things, sheet music. So thank you for. That way I didn't have to do a shameless plug. I'll pay you later. And it's real easy. AdamHolly.com/shop. You can get everything autographed from there. I ship it out personally myself. And so, yeah, would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Awesome. Mike Brown with the triple H's.
Yeah.
He says, who is an artist that you've collaborated with that would be a surprise to us?
Oh, wow. Okay, that's an interesting question. Somebody that would be a surprise. Man, I'm having to roll through my dial decks. Well, I did. It was super random. I played with Joss Stone, and with like 12 hours notice, and that just popped up and was really cool. It was a lot of fun. One thing that may surprise you too, it wasn't an artist, but it was a situation I was in. My first touring situation was doing bluegrass, and I was 13, 14 years old. And that was my first band, and we toured all around Oregon and Washington. We were playing every weekend, 2-3 gigs a week. And so, yeah, you may not think of that, me now doing a lot of contemporary jazz and all these other genres. You probably wouldn't, think of bluegrass, but that's actually how I got started. So, yeah, those would probably be the ones that I would list that might be, less obvious.
And the Joss Stone one, when he says 12 hours, it was literally 12 hours. How many songs did you have to learn?
Well, I learned her 90-minute show, so I don't know, 18 songs or something.
Adam stayed up all night, and he wrote little notes, musical notes for himself, and he had to tape them to the top of his guitar.
I taped chords right here, chord symbols and whatnot, and it was pretty wild, but it went well. The show was in LA, and then they said, hey, what are you doing this weekend? I said, I'm free. And then so I ended up going to New York with her and doing TV. We did Kelly and Michael, Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan. And then we did a bunch of radio interviews as well. And so it was really fun. It was a jam-packed week, I guess I'm going to New York now.
Yeah.
So it was pretty wild.
This is from Stephanie Valentine. Have you ever collaborated on music with your students?
Oh, yeah. I've been fortunate to have some incredible students. I know some of them are watching. I'm currently teaching at Saddleback College down in Orange County in Mission Viejo. And so, yeah, we've done a ton of stuff together, performing, recording. And one of my students who studied with me at Musicians Institute, Mateus Asado, he is like the premier Instagram guitarist. And so what is that? That's a guitar player that posts on Instagram, but he has like 1 million followers or something. So I get as much from my students as I give to them, and it's a really, really fun experience. So yeah, I'm super proud of all of the ones that have gone out there, and we've been making a lot of music together. So it's been incredible.
And that's an awesome segue to your next question from Jency Bain.
Okay, all right.
She says, Adam, what social distancing guidelines are you following with your students, and how has this changed the classroom experience?
Well, we are the ultimate example of social distancing because I've not seen any of them since March 13th, right? Everything shut down March 14th, so everything is virtual. It's all online. It's all Zoom. But we are just about to go back to campus in a few weeks. It's always like we're going back in September, we're going back in October. So it's just about to go back, and but that's only gonna be our ensembles. There'll just be like 5 of us in a room, and we'll be in large lecture halls spread out. So that's what's just about to happen in a few weeks. Private lessons are still virtual, but yeah, same thing. I did a show. By the way, tune in this Friday. I flew out to Arkansas and did a show for a festival, Jazz on the Green, hosted by Michael Fields Jr. And we practiced all those guidelines. We were separated and made sure to stay apart. And you just gotta do what you can. I mean, it's a real thing out there. As you guys know that have been watching, our family has been affected by everything that's been going on with Corona. It's very contagious. Our neighbor, I mean, we've had it so close to us. So, we make sure to take it really seriously.
Mm-hmm. And this also is from Jency Banks. She had a 2-for-1 question. How is the homeschooling going for Adam Jr.?
Well, let me tell you about that. I now teach 6th grade, apparently, because, and I love it because it's so great to spend time with our son. And, he's 11. I mean, it's crazy, but in 7 years, he'll be in college, so we love the time with him, and he's such a sweetheart. But yeah, today I helped him with multiplying fractions. I helped him with ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia. I helped him with language arts. And so, because they don't have that same, they're able to talk with their teacher, but then when they get to the homework or in between class, so I'm just helping him throughout the day. But I enjoy it. It's fun. And he's doing really great. He's got all straight A's except for one class, B+, but we're going to get that up to an A. I already told him we're getting that to an A. It's going to be a 4.0. And so we're so proud of him. He's really excelling because it's challenging. Middle school is an important time, both socially and also, getting used to having different teachers. Up until this point, he's had one teacher teach all his subjects. Mm-hmm. So now virtually he's having to jump into his different classes and get used to different teaching styles, different types of assignments. Right. But we're really proud of him. He's doing great.
Yeah, and he knows if it's math, he doesn't even ask me.
Oh.
He'll say, Mom, where's Dad? And I said, do you need help? He's like, yeah. I said, it's math? He's like, yeah. I said, okay.
Well, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. Definitely your strengths are language arts and whatnot. So, we try to mix it up and,
And every day is different. Like, some days it's totally fine. We go through a day without a hitch. And then the next day, it's completely terrible. But we wouldn't have it any other way because we know that he's safe and we're safe. We wouldn't have him going to school right now.
Yeah.
But it's just, sometimes a little difficult just not being able to be in the classroom, I know, for him. But he's such a serious worker about school, and he's very intelligent. But I think it really doesn't matter what level you are academically. It's just very different. And then he's going through those growing pains, it's 6th grade, middle school, puberty, all that. So it's kind of like all clashing. But just with everything, with time, it'll get easier.
And it's different in every state, every county, the regulations. So we couldn't even send him to school if we wanted to. It's all shut down. It's either, your choices are either virtual learning or homeschooling. So, we're making the best of it, and he's doing a great job. So we're proud of him. So we got time for one more.
Diane Barnes, she says, Kat, how is your mom doing? Thank you so much for asking. She is doing really, really well. I guess I should say well compared to how she was 6 weeks ago. She still has a little ways to go. She says that she's getting stronger and stronger. But what a lot of people don't know about this virus, of course, everyone's body reacts to it differently. There could be someone that just gets a cough, maybe a fever. The next person might just get extreme fatigue and maybe headaches, while the next person has to be hospitalized. And then someone else sadly may, pass away. Everyone is different. And because she had the severe pneumonia in both lungs, it is taking her a lot longer to recover. I mean, just with pneumonia alone, it's months before your body feels, back to normal. But there's all of these after effects that people don't know that affects your body after COVID. People are still experiencing coughing after months and months and months. I have a friend's sister who had COVID back in April, and she still has no taste. Some people have been experiencing hair loss, and my mom, she's had just a little bit of memory loss, especially right after the hospital. I remember I had told her something one day, and then the next day she didn't remember anything that I had told her when we were having that conversation. She was complaining about numbness and tingling in the left side of her face and her mouth. She did find a post-COVID group on Facebook, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people all across the country giving their stories, and these stories are just so sad because there's nothing in place for people right now for post-COVID help. You go to your general doctor, they're not going to know how to help you or what to do because all of these symptoms that you're still experiencing or new symptoms that are arising are from the virus. And I know I explained this before. A lot of people that have had COVID since February, March, and even probably for another year, all these people are test subjects, and we're learning from them. The doctors are learning from them. There still are a lot of things that the hospital, now when people come into the hospital with COVID, they have learned what to do first and different things that help certain symptoms. That doesn't mean that there still aren't people coming in droves in the hospital affected or dying every single day, but they are learning little by little. But there's still a lot that they don't know. She's doing a little better, but she still has a long way to go. So please, please, please continue to pray for her. Keep her in good spirits and positive vibes. But we're just so blessed that she came home alive. As we shared last week, I had a family friend. Her father passed away from COVID. And that very well could have been my mom. That could have been my neighbor who also was hospitalized. My trainer just told me today that his 20-something-year-old daughter just had it. And she's getting better. So it's just so contagious. It's so real. And it affects everyone completely different. So just, you guys, please be safe for yourself and your family, your friends, and just everyone out there. And thank you so much for asking about her.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Everyone's been checking in every week asking about Grammy. And so we appreciate you guys, your thoughts and your prayers. And, we just got to keep everybody lifted and be here for each other. And, we got to just keep pushing forward. Just as Dave was talking about, in the interview, it's crazy times, but music is healing. And, we just got to stick together through all of that. So, yeah. So thanks so much,
You're
Kat.
welcome.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you as
guys.
always. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a hand. Kat with the Cat Cam.
Bye.
Bye. All right. This has been such a fun episode. We appreciate you guys coming through. And it's that time I got to let you know about next week. I already let the cat out of the bag, but one more time, just in case you didn't catch it, we have the one and only Kelly Minucci in the house Wednesday, September 16th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Incredible guitarist, frontman for special effects. He has such a long and incredible history in the genre, and we're going to collaborate. We're going to hear a couple songs from him, and we are going to have a little bit of a guitar duel between the two of us. I hope I can keep up because he's a legendary, incredible player. And so cannot wait for that episode. And the other announcement is my new single, Escape, the title track off the new album. It just debuted on Billboard, number 25. We're so excited. It's only been out for 3 weeks and already up to number 25 on Billboard. So huge thanks to my radio promoter, Jason Goroff. Huge thanks to everybody, the whole team. And a huge thanks to you guys out there, the fans, to all the radio stations. Really appreciate it. I don't ever take it for granted, and so excited about how you guys are receiving the new album and the new tunes. So we got time for one more song, but real quick, just a quick reminder, if you want to help out, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, you can click those links in the description. You can also do stars. Huge thanks to you guys out there keeping the show going. And speaking of keeping it going, Kelly Minucci next week. So I've got one more song before we get out of here, and I think I have to play this song because it's another song I had a blast collaborating with Dave Koz. It originally featured Marcus Anderson, but we played this the entire summer of 2018 when we were out with the Summer Horns. It's called Can You Feel It? and gentlemen, that wraps up another episode of AH Live. We featured the one and only, the legend, Dave Koz today. Make sure you tune in next week, Wednesday, September 16th, for Kieli Minucci. Hope you all have a great evening. We'll catch you later.